4 dangerous seeds you should avoid after 60, and 4 you should eat every day. We've all been told that seeds are healthy, packed with fiber, nutrients, and good fats. But what if I told you that's not the full story? Behind the superfood label hides a darker truth, especially for people over 60. Recent research shows that some seeds we eat all the time may actually speed up aging, damage blood vessels, and quietly trigger inflammation that's linked to strokes, heart failure, and joint breakdown. Here's the scary part. Most seniors have no idea. In fact, one study in the Journal of Gerontology found that just one kind of seed raised inflammation markers in older adults by 67%, and that was in only 3 weeks. Yet this same seed is sold everywhere as a heart-healthy snack. Seed number 4, sunflower seeds. Most people think sunflower seeds are harmless. They're in trail mixes, granola, health bars, and even sold as a salad topper. But for older adults, they can quietly turn into an inflammation trap. Sunflower seeds are loaded with omega-6 fats. While our bodies need some omega-6, too much throws the balance off against omega-3s. Ideally, we want a 4-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. But with sunflower seeds, that ratio can jump to 18-to-1 or even higher if you eat them often. That imbalance creates inflammation storms. Over time, this can mean swollen joints, knee stiffness, and even higher risk of heart disease. Take the case of Eleanor, a 73-year-old retired teacher. She came in with swollen ankles and constant tiredness. She walked daily, ate at home, and lived pretty healthy. But she was sprinkling sunflower seeds on almost everything: her salads, cereal, and snacks. Her CRP levels, which show inflammation, were triple the safe limit. Once we cut out sunflower seeds and replaced them with chia and flax, the swelling dropped in just 10 days. In 3 weeks, her energy improved, and she could walk nearly 40 minutes without stopping. Her blood test later showed a 42% drop in inflammation. If you're over 60 and dealing with arthritis, fatigue, or cholesterol issues, rethink sunflower seeds. A better choice is pumpkin seeds, which we'll talk about later. They give you zinc and magnesium without the omega-6 overload. Seed number 3, cottonseed. Here's one most people don't even realize they're eating. Cottonseed isn't sprinkled on food like chia or sesame. It sneaks in through processed snacks, baked goods, and salad dressings, because cottonseed oil is one of the cheapest oils used in the food industry. But cottonseed contains gossypol, a natural toxin the plant uses to protect itself from bugs. Good for the plant, but terrible for humans, especially seniors. Gossypol messes with heart rhythm, blocks calcium in muscles, and damages mitochondria, the power plants of our cells. In 2016, a toxicology reports review showed gossypol causes oxidative stress in the heart and throws off potassium balance, raising risks for irregular heartbeat and fatigue. Seniors are extra vulnerable because their detox systems slow down with age. Take Caroline, a 71-year-old who switched to a low-fat diet. She started eating crackers, boxed granola, and light dressings. Within weeks, she felt constant fatigue, chest flutters, and creepy-crawly muscle cramps. Her ECG wasn't severe enough for meds, but something was clearly wrong. After a nutrition review, we found cottonseed oil in almost everything she was eating. We cut it out and replaced her snacks with roasted chickpeas, avocado slices, and olive oil dressings. 2 weeks later, the cramps were gone. By week 3, her heart flutters stopped, and she told us she felt like herself again. Cottonseed oil is cheap filler, but it's dangerous. If you're over 60, read every label on packaged snacks and dressings. You may be unknowingly putting stress on your heart and muscles. Seed number 2, Sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are common on buns, in tahini, in stir-fry sauces, and in crackers. But for older adults, they can be risky. Sesame is high in phytates, compounds that block absorption of minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc. In younger guts, this might not matter, but seniors already struggle with nutrient absorption. In 2020, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high phytate diets cut calcium absorption by 27% in older adults, raising the risk of bone loss. Another issue is allergy. In 2023, the FDA named sesame the 9th major allergen after a rise in adult-onset reactions, many in people over 50. These aren't always dramatic. For seniors, it often shows up as sinus issues, rashes, fatigue, or joint pain. Take Janet, a 68-year-old retired nurse. She had joint pain, skin patches, and constant bloating. She cut out dairy, gluten, and red meat with no relief. Tests showed she had a sesame sensitivity. She was eating hummus every day, not realizing tahini is ground sesame. Once she cut sesame and switched to avocado and walnuts, her skin cleared, her gut calmed. And her joint pain, something she'd battled for 6 years, nearly vanished. If you love hummus, sesame oil, or sesame crackers, be careful. Seniors especially should avoid overloading on sesame when safer options exist. Seed number 1, chia seeds. This one might shock you. Chia seeds, the so-called superfood, can actually be dangerous when eaten dry. Chia absorbs up to 12 times its weight in water. If it expands inside your throat or stomach, it can cause serious blockages, especially in older adults with reflux, IBS, or slower digestion. There are medical reports of seniors ending up in the ER after swallowing dry chia. In one case, a 72-year-old man developed a complete esophageal blockage after eating a tablespoon with water. Doctors had to surgically remove it. We saw this with Victor, a 75-year-old retired driver. He started adding dry chia to cereal and smoothies. Within a week, he had painful bloating and constipation so bad he couldn't go for 5 days. His stomach was swollen and he looked pale. We stopped the chia immediately, gave him a gentle laxative, and switched him to soaked flax. Within 3 days, he felt normal again. We later showed him how to properly soak chia for at least 30 minutes before eating. Chia isn't evil. It's rich in fiber and omega-3s. But never eat it dry, especially if you're over 60. Always soak it fully, or better yet, use safer seeds we'll cover next. Seed number 4, black sesame seeds. This one may surprise you, especially after what we just talked about. Yes, sesame seeds again, but not the white ones or tahini paste most people keep in their fridge. We're talking about black sesame seeds, which are unhulled and unrefined. They're very different. Black sesame is packed with lignans, strong antioxidants that lower stress on aging brain cells and blood vessels. Unlike white sesame, which is stripped of its outer shell and often roasted in unhealthy oils, black sesame keeps its minerals and is usually eaten in small medicinal amounts in Eastern traditions. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that older adults who took black sesame daily had better memory and lower blood pressure. Adults aged 65 to 78 who ate 2 teaspoons a day for 60 days saw a 13% drop in systolic pressure and did 22% better on memory recall tests. We once worked with Layla, a 70-year-old retired math teacher. She felt tired, forgetful, and had borderline high blood pressure. Her doctor warned her about possible memory decline. Instead of jumping to medication, we suggested 1 teaspoon of ground black sesame mixed with a little honey and warm water each morning. After a month, her focus improved and she could recall student names from years ago. Her blood pressure dropped from 142/88 to 128/80, all without medicine. Here's the key. It must be black sesame, not the pale toasted kind. It should be ground or soaked, not eaten raw. And it must be part of a balanced diet, not something you overdo. Seniors need the brain clarity, vascular support, and antioxidant protection black sesame offers, but only if prepared and eaten the right way. Seed number 3, flax seeds. Flax seeds are quiet heroes for seniors. They don't get much attention, but what they do inside the body is powerful. Flax is loaded with alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fat that lowers inflammation. Even more, flax is the richest source of lignans, plant estrogens that balance hormones, help digestion, and protect the heart. In 2018, hypertension research studied 110 older adults over 70 with borderline high blood pressure. Half ate a daily flaxseed muffin with 30 grams of ground flax, while the rest got a placebo muffin. After 6 months, the flax group's systolic pressure dropped by 15 millimeters Hg and diastolic by 7 millimeters Hg, results similar to common blood pressure drugs, but without side effects. We saw this with Kareem, a 68-year-old retired cab driver. He had high cholesterol and struggled with constipation. His daughter encouraged him to try flax. He started with 1 teaspoon in yogurt, then slowly worked up to a tablespoon. Within 3 weeks, he was having smooth daily bowel movements for the first time in years. After 3 months, his cholesterol dropped from 218 to 174, and triglycerides fell 33%. He also said his stomach no longer felt heavy after meals. The secret is grinding flax fresh. Whole flax passes through the body without being absorbed. You can grind it at home or buy it ground, but always keep it in the fridge. It spoils quickly. Add it to smoothies, oatmeal, or even lean meat. Just don't cook it. Heat reduces its benefits. For seniors with stiff arteries, slow digestion, or rising cholesterol, flax is one of the best daily habits to start now. Seed number 2, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas, are some of the most nutrient-dense foods around, yet most seniors overlook them. They're rich in zinc, which supports the immune system, wound healing, and muscle repair. Many older adults are low in zinc because stomach acid decreases with age, making it harder to absorb minerals. That often leads to infections, slow healing, and weak muscles that get blamed on just aging. Pumpkin seeds are also packed with magnesium, which is needed for more than 300 processes in the body, including muscle function and relaxation. A 2019 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 76 adults over 65 with poor sleep and leg cramps. After eating 30 grams of pumpkin seeds daily for 4 weeks, 71% reported better sleep, and leg cramps dropped by nearly half. We worked with Omar, a 73-year-old former construction worker. He complained of restless legs at night, poor sleep, and tingling in his calves. He drank plenty of water and took calcium, but nothing worked. Tests showed his magnesium was low and zinc was borderline deficient. We told him to eat pumpkin seeds daily, lightly roasted, unsalted, and chewed well. Within 2 weeks, the cramps were gone. After 1 month, he slept through the night. His wife later laughed that she could finally sleep too because his legs had stopped kicking. For seniors dealing with slow healing, poor sleep, or muscle weakness, pumpkin seeds may be the missing piece. Just a small handful each day, real food, not pills, can make a huge difference. Seed number 1, hemp seeds. Finally, the number 1 seed every senior should eat daily, hemp seeds. Don't worry, they don't contain THC. What they do have is one of the best omega-3 to omega-6 balances found in nature. That balance is crucial for seniors fighting inflammation, brain fog, or muscle loss. Hemp seeds are also high in gamma-linolenic acid, a rare compound that lowers inflammation, regulates hormones, and supports metabolism. A 2022 trial in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging gave 30 grams of hemp seeds daily to adults aged 65 to 79 for 8 weeks. The results? A 36% drop in inflammation markers, a 19% rise in HDL, good cholesterol, and improved grip strength in nearly 3/4 of participants. One of our most inspiring cases was Fatima, a 76-year-old woman who used a cane because of arthritis in both knees. She had tried medicines, creams, and joint supplements, but nothing worked well. After checking her labs, we saw chronic inflammation. We added hemp seeds to her breakfast, 3 tablespoons blended into a smoothie with almond milk and dates, and encouraged gentle walking. By week 3, her stiffness improved. By week 6, she often walked without her cane. After 2 months, her swelling had dropped so much that she could kneel in her garden again. Hemp seeds are soft, buttery, and easy to digest. They don't need soaking or grinding. Just add them to smoothies, yogurt, or soup. They're easy on the stomach and safe for seniors with dental issues. Most importantly, they fight pain and inflammation without side effects. For older adults with fatigue, sore joints, or brain fog, 3 tablespoons a day can bring back energy and mobility faster than almost anything else. So there you have it, the 4 worst seeds to avoid and the 4 best ones to eat daily. Remember, it's not about cutting out every seed or fearing food. It's about making the right choices for your body as you age. What worked at 40 might harm you at 70, but with nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory seeds, you can fight aging and reclaim your energy, sleep, and health. Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these seeds? Which health issue do you struggle with most? Joints, digestion, or sleep? Share in the comments. We love reading your stories. And if this helped you, pass it on to someone you care about. After 60, health isn't a luxury. It's the foundation for everything. Thanks for watching.